Alrighty folks, thanks for clicking on today's video. James Cards FC here. If you're new to the channel, we discuss the more financial side of the soccer card market, and today I'm going to be bringing something a little bit different, hopefully a series that I will continue doing on this channel. I'm going to be going over the top 10 soccer card sales that happened in July of 2023. These sales will be sales that happened in North America or Europe, so outside of Asia, because the sales data there can be really difficult, but auctions only. Top 10 card sales for the month of July 2023, and I'll go ahead and get right into it. So, without further ado, number 10, we have the 2019 Topps Chrome Bundesliga Erling Haaland Gold Auto, numbered out of 50 in a BGS 9 with a 10 auto grade. It received a price of $17,400 at auction. Why did it sell for this price? Well, this is Haaland. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know who Erling Haaland is, so I'll just skip all that. But this is one of his most popular rookie autographs, and it's probably his most popular rookie autograph set in one of the most desirable colors. There are colors that are lower printed, like the orange out of 25, but people in a lot of cases prefer the gold out of 50 over the orange, just because orange kind of clashes with the kit, whereas gold goes with the kit. There's also a red version out of either 10 or 5, and then there's a 1 of 1 version as well, but this gold version is one of the most popular versions. In terms of his rookie sets in general, I think the general ranking of them in terms of price is Sapphire, followed by Bundesliga Chrome, followed by Finest, followed by UCL Chrome. And in terms of this card's individual sales history, in a BGS 9.5, it last sold in April of 2022 for $22,000, and in just a few weeks prior to that in 2022 as well, in a PSA 9, it sold for $24,600. So in a BGS 9, this price is pretty much at par with what it was selling for just a little bit over a year ago. Then at number 9, we have the 2022 Panini National Treasures Lionel Messi 1 of 1 base or platinum card. It sold for $18,600 at auction. Why did it sell for that price? It's a 1 of 1 from a high-end set with reference to Messi's World Cup winning performance, which is a narrative a lot of people like to interact with in this market, is the fact that Messi won the World Cup in 2022, so all the sets that reference the 2022 World Cup should be more valuable. That's a narrative that you'll hear often. Whether or not you subscribe to that narrative is completely up to you, but as you can see, it has a huge impact on prices, at least right now. So this Messi 1 of 1 Platinum, it's a 1 of 1 version of the base card from the National Treasures set in a PSA 7 grade. Grade doesn't really matter with 1 of 1s unless it looks horrible. So this PSA 7, it's a thick card. It seems to look fine and present really well. It sold for $18,600. It most recently sold in March of this same year, 2023, for $24,000. So the fact that somebody listed it again so soon is probably the reason that the price dropped around $6,000, because the person that bought it is now the one selling it. So that's one less bidder in this price range going for that card. So it does see a fallback in price, but still a very impressive price there for the Messi 1 of 1 Platinum. Then at number 8, we have a card with a publisher name that I cannot pronounce. I know it's from a chocolate candy set. This is the Meazza rookie in PSA 2 condition. It sold for around $19,000 at auction. Why? This is one of the holy grails of vintage soccer, especially in the pre-war era. I don't know too much about this era just because I don't interact with this end of the market much, but I know this is seen as one of the holy grails of that market. In terms of recent sales history for this card, it's sold in similar grades this same year of 2023. I believe this exact same PSA 2 is the one that sold in April for around $20,000. A PSA 1 sold for around $14,000, and a PSA 1.5 at the start of this year sold for around $18,000. So this PSA 2 selling for around $19,000 probably makes a bit of sense and is one of the grails of the vintage market. Then at number 7, we have the 2014 Panini Prizm Lionel Messi Prizm Auto out of 25 in PSA 10 condition. This sold for just shy of $20,000. Why? Because it's a short print auto from a super key set. 2014 Prizm is seen as one of the most important sets in the hobby, and definitely one of the most important sets of the modern or ultra modern era, however you want to define your eras. This is one of the most important sets for the market. It is the only parallel from the checklist that isn't a 1 of 1. So nowadays in Prizm sets, you have out of 100s, out of 50s, out of 150s, out of 200s, and all that sort of stuff. Back in 2014, there was only the base version of this auto. The out of 25 version version and then 2 1-of-1 versions, so there's just not a lot of these autos out there. It is also a Pop 1 in this grade. There is only one PSA 10 condition copy, and it is this copy, and so it receives a premium because it is the only one in the highest grade possible. In terms of sales history, I don't have sales history on this PSA 10 copy, but in a BGS 9.5, this same parallel sold for $1,500 all the way back in July of 2018, if anyone has a time machine to go pick that one up. Moving ahead to number 6 with another Lionel Messi. Messi, I think, actually takes up the next 3 spots in the countdown, but this is the 2004 Panini Mega Craques 71 Biz rookie in BGS 9.5 condition. It sold for just north of $28,000. It is one of the holy grails of the pre-modern soccer market, and probably one of the grails of the entire market in general. Its sales history is the same thing I always talk about on this channel, but if you're not familiar, prior to 2020, the stock card market really wasn't a thing, and then the prices started to go crazy as people discovered in 2021 and 2022, and as more get graded and as people either enter or leave the market, it is now trying to settle into a new floor price. This sale is actually a lot higher than the most recent sale. These have been selling in the 20,000 range, so moving back up into the 30,000 range is interesting. I'm not sure why this one received such a big bump, considering the other 2 sales were fairly recent. In fact, one of them sold in June of 2023, and now this one sold in July for almost $10,000 more. Not sure what to make of it. The subgrades on this one are pretty good, but it still does have 9 corners. When you're talking about a BGS 9.5, a lot of people like all of the subgrades to be at least 9.5, and despite the fact that this one has 10 centering, the 9 corners would make it a not a perfect 9.5, so Beckett can be a little pick and choose with how you want to go through your subgrades, but in any case, this sold for around $28,000. Then the exact same card is the next one on our list. This is a PSA 9 condition copy. It sold for exactly $30,000 at auction. Why? It's one of the holy grails of the pre-modern soccer market, like I said before, and it sold for more than the BGS 9.5 because of the PSA premium. There are actually more BGS 9.5s than there are PSA 9s, and there's more people collecting PSA slabs than BGS slabs, so despite the fact that this is technically a mint condition copy, whereas the BGS one was a gem mint condition copy, somebody was willing to pay the premium for the PSA one over the BGS one, and its sales history is pretty much exactly the same as the BGS copy. It has seen the same sort of random run-up in price. I'm not sure if this is the MLS Messi effect or if there's just some new people in the market with some more money to spend and they want to acquire some Messi rookies, but in any case, something to keep an eye on going forward is that the Messi in the top grades seems to be on at least a 1-month rise. Then we'll move forward with another Lionel Messi here. This is the 2020 Panini Chronicles Prizm Lionel Messi Black 1-of-1. It sold for just shy of $40,000 at auction. Why is this selling for such a ridiculous amount of money? It's because it is a 1-of-1 Messi from a popular ultramodern brand, which is Prizm. Prizm is probably the most popular ultramodern brand across all the sports, not counting baseball because Panini doesn't have the license for baseball, but in basketball and in NFL, which are 2 of the biggest sports card markets. Prizm is the #1 brand in terms of producing product, the brand people interact with the most, so it transfers to soccer as well as being one of the most interacted with brands that there are, so that helps the mainstream ability of this card. So not only is it that 1-of-1 from a super popular set, but it's also Messi's first and only Prizm that will be made in a Barcelona kit while in his active career. Messi has moved on from Barcelona at this point, so even if they make another Prizm 1-of-1 black for Messi in a Barcelona kit, it won't be during his active playing career, and normally from what we see in other sports, that means huge discounts for the ones that come after it. So it's a first and an only, so if you are going to be playing in the ultramodern market, this is probably a card that very much checks all the boxes for what you're looking for. In terms of sale history, it obviously doesn't have any because it's a 1-of-1, but I pulled up a couple other black 1-of-1 sales for ultramodern cards of Lionel Messi just to compare to. We have the Mosaic black 1-of-1 from the World Cup Mosaic set, sold for $13,000, and an insert from the 2022 World Cup Prizm set 1-of-1 that sold for $8,000. So this has a hefty premium on those, and in my opinion, it's specifically because of the fact that, like I said, it's Messi's first and only Prizm in a Barcelona kit. Then we'll move forward and switch it up with Cristiano Ronaldo here. At number 3, the 2002 Panini Mega Craques Cristiano Ronaldo in PSA 10 condition sold for $60,000, and it is, of course, one of the holy grails of pre-modern soccer along with the Messi Mega Craques. You have the Cristiano Ronaldo Mega Craques rookie. In terms of sales history, it looks just like the Messi, but the Ronaldo has not found its floor yet for a variety of different reasons. Ronaldo's went up to a crazy peak. He was actually selling for more than Messi during different parts of this graph, and then Messi sort of surpassed him in terms of legacy in a lot of people's minds over the past year or so. And so along with more of these coming to market and the market in general going through a downturn over the last couple of years, these have not yet found their floor yet. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on to see how much further this can drop, or if the next one that comes to the market will catch a bid higher. It's important to know that this was auctioned off at Heritage, which is not a auction house that is very well known for soccer. So if this would have been sold on Golden or eBay or PWCC, perhaps it would have gotten more eyes and sold for a higher price. But in any case, the most recent comp for a Ronaldo Mega Craques rookie in PSA 10 condition is now $60,000. Oh, just for reference, the most recent Lionel Messi Mega Craques rookie in PSA 10 sold for around $250,000. With that, we'll move into the number 2 with a vintage card here. This is the 1958 Aquarela Pele Black Number Back PSA 8. It sold for $150,000. First card on the list to crack the 6 digits. Why did it sell for so much money? It is one of Pele's most in-demand 1958 issues. Besides the Alifa Boulaget Pele, this is probably the one people look for and think of the most when they think of Pele's 1958 rookie issues. And this one is one of the most top condition copies you can possibly get. It is in a population of 2 in PSA 8 condition, and there are none graded higher. So in terms of sales history, it does not have any, but the most recent PSA 7s have sold for $50,000 in February of this year and $66,000 in October of last year. So this one sold for about 3x the PSA 7, but given that it is the top grade, I can see why if somebody had that sort of money to throw around at it, would want to do so to get the highest condition copy possible. And with that, we'll move to the number 1 spot, which goes to Erling Haaland and his 2019 Chrome Sapphire. I can't not even pronounce the name of this parallel. Padparadscha or something like that is the name of the parallel. It's a pinkish looking 1 of 1. It looks really, really cool. I've never seen one in person, but I've seen videos of them and they look amazing. This Haaland sold for $156,000, so narrowly edging the Pele. Why did it sell for so much money? This is debatably Haaland's best rookie card. He has 1 of 1s in every single set, but his Sapphire base card is worth more than any of the other base cards. So in my opinion, it would make sense that the 1 of 1 from the most sought after set ends up being the most valuable 1 of 1 card overall, but there's going to be a lot of debate about what Haaland's best rookie card is. In my opinion, this is definitely one of them, probably in the top 5. If you go to in terms of sales history, I picked up some other 1 of 1 sales of Haaland that don't have autographs just to compare to. You have the 2019 Finest, which sold in August of 2021 for $210,000, and in that same month, his Champions League Superfractor Chrome, so from the Champions League Chrome set, not the Champions League Chrome Sapphire set, the lesser version of this set, the less premium version of this set, the Superfractor sold for $181,000 in 2021. Keep in mind, that was a completely different market at the time, so if these came to market now, we would figure that they'd probably sell for less than this one did, but that can't be confirmed until they actually do come to auction, so those are the numbers we're playing with here. In my personal opinion, I would rank this either number 1 or number 2 in terms of Haaland's rookies. It's either this or the 2019 Finest Superfractor in my opinion, but feel free to leave your comments down below of which Haaland rookie, if you were playing with this sort of money, you would be going after. In my opinion, I'm going after the Finest, or I'm going after this Sapphire 1 of 1. And with that, that will be the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here again is the top 10 in order. Feel free to leave your comments down below if you enjoyed this episode, if you'd like to see more of these in the coming months in the future, and your thoughts on these sales. And that'll go ahead and do it. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of fun stuff. Discord link in the description. A bunch of links in the description to learn about the market or interact with the market in different ways. And I'll see you guys in the next video.